Ladies and gentlemen, all that is left now is the final eight. Eight machines have clawed their way all the way here. Near in the end here, we started with way more than 64 machines in the qualifiers. Whittled it down to 64 to start the main season, whittled that down to 32 at the start of the playoffs, and now only 8 remain, and one of these 8 machines will be crowned champion tonight. And the favorites have to be Revenge of Armageddon. First seeds, dominant victories. Hasn't really shown any weaknesses. They're taking on Storm 2, seed number 24, lowest seed left in the competition, but they were the ones who eliminated Plank last time around. This would be another monumental upset for Storm 2. Conundrum Evo they took out, Plank they took out. This would just be another scalp for them. Can they pull it off? They're a decent anti-spinner, very low to the ground, but Revenge of Armageddon looks a little bit unstoppable. Then we have Derpy 18.0 against UFO 5. Now, I'll say it. UFO 5, very unlucky draw here. There were a lot of bots left here that I think they could beat, including Revenge of Armageddon. I think they've got the design for it, but they don't have the design to beat a flipper. And kind of surprisingly, Derpy 18.0 is the only flipper left in the competition. We have got two horizontal fidget spinners, one card vertical spinner, two Lego verts, a push bot, and then Derpy 18.0 and UFO 5. UFO 5 is a front hinged lifter, Derpy 18.0 rear hinged flipper, right? Considering how successful flippers have been in the past, it's actually really interesting that this top 8 is so lacking in them. Some of the best machines of all time, right? Plank, TR5, Swamp Thing, and of course the Derpy machines, all flippers. So it is rather shocking. And of course, UFO 5 had to get matched up with the only one. And I just don't see him winning it. UFO 5 is a bot that relies on ground clearance. Derpy 18.0 is probably the lowest bot in the competition. And I don't think there's a lot that UFO 5 can really do to Derpy 18.0. So it'd be a great upset. I'd love to see it, honestly. It would be such a testament to this UFO 5 machine if they could pull it off, but I don't think they will. Red Hands, seed number 3. They've looked very strong, but I don't think they've really had to do too much so far in the top 32. And New Blood, very, very powerful bot. They destroyed TR5 in their last match. Like, it's for damage on a cardboard machine, that was ridiculous. So, New Blood could pull this off. To be honest, if they can do that to a cardboard machine, imagine what they can do to a Lego machine with a history of being a bit fragile, right? This Red Hand rebuild has looked great. It's looked durable and it's looked deadly. It's got a very nice wedge to it. This is an interesting match, right? New Blood, some huge upsets so far. Can they keep it going? That is the question. And then Generic versus Ochoku, 4th seed versus 5th seed. Probably the two best vertical spinners in the competition. I'll say it. This is going to be a great match. I'm really excited to see what both of these machines have brought to the table. They're both so deadly, so low to the ground. This might be match for the title, right? There's other amazing machines left, but these two in particular are also so good, right? There's a reason they're seated this highly, right? Both have one loss to their name already. It was both like huge upsets against them. We'll see what happens, right? We will see. But without further ado, it's time to start the quarterfinals and start the run to the title. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the arena for the final episode of Turtle Wars' 3rd season. Our opening match for the night begins the quarterfinals with our first seeds, Revenge of Armageddon, undefeated so far this season, against the machine that just took out our reigning champions, the 27th seeds, the lowest seeds left in the competition, Storm 2. They've already pulled off 2 upsets over top 10 seeds. But this is going to be a tall ask even for them. Let's see if they can pull it off. 3, 2, 1. Activate, and here we go. Revenge of Armageddon immediately slammed into the Dutchman's corner patrol zone. Whacked atop the head. Storm 2 able to survive these hits, even getting Revenge of Armageddon Skyborn, but now that might not mean much because now they are getting whacked hard. What was that? Storm 2 getting absolutely decimated. And a huge hit there. Big deflection from them. That one not so much though. Revenge of Armageddon really on top from this match at the moment. Oh my goodness. What a shot there as well. Almost 2 in a row for Revenge of Armageddon. Storm 2 surviving, but that's kind of all that they're doing. Oh, another huge hit. Getting underneath. These shots are absolutely huge. That one went into the pit release button. That was a good deflection from Storm 2. That's what we want to be seeing more of out of them. But if they're not really getting it, that was an okay deflection. Oh! Cease! They went over the wall! 2 in a row from a horizontal bar spinner. What is that? I'm dying. What on earth are these walls? 2 in a row from Revenge of Armageddon. And they booked their spot in the top 4. We will see them later tonight, battling it out for a spot in the finals. Here we are, next match of our quarterfinals. One of these bots makes it to our top 4. Will it be our second seeds, Derpy 18.0, undefeated so far this season, or will it be UFO 5, the 7th seeds? 1 loss. That only loss was a split decision, as close as it gets, against Extra Peppermint. Let's see who takes it. 3, 2, 1, activate. Derpy 18.0 has had quite a few judges' decisions this season, which has been pretty surprising. Their last one against Demonic. Well, maybe I shouldn't be talking about that. I should be talking about the match, because it might be over pretty quickly, but no. UFO 5 pinned up on its rear end on the wall, but that doesn't mean much of anything. It hits the light. That one might have been going out the arena. Finally, a bot is able to get under Derpy. This has been their big bonus every match. They've been just too low. But this time, UFO 5 is actually a bot that can get underneath Derpy. Perhaps, though, it won't be enough, because they're getting chucked about. Cease! How about chucked out? Because they are gone. Derpy 18.0, 1 step closer to the title as they head to our top 4, our top 2 seeds, unscathed, heading into the final 4. Here in this match, we're going to introduce you into the second lowest seeds left in the competition. And now technically the lowest seeds left. New Blood, the 22nd seeds. 2 huge upsets on their back at the moment. They took out the 11th seeds, Panic Attack, and then took out the runners-up of last season, the 6th seeds, the highest seeds so far to fall, TR5. In the meantime, Red Hand, an undefeated season. The rebuild has made them so much more durable, but this is going to be a real test of that, because New Blood has been devastating so far. Let's see how it goes. 3, 2, 1. Activate, and Red Hands has a big task ahead of it. It's got to survive this opponent here. It's got to prove its durability in a huge test, because New Blood is such a devastating bot, and they're proving it. Redhead shedding parts, the weapon gone, and some of the top armor gone as well. The supports to hold that weapon. It's still got the wedge though. At least for now. It's knocked New Blood up onto its side. A good shot from New Blood, and another piece flies off. There's part of the wedge. There's the rest of it, and Red Hand flipped onto its head. This was a low-tier machine, the only one left now that Storm 2 fell, and they are booking their spot in the top 4. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cease. New blood heads to our top 4, and our 3rd seed is taken out in glorious fashion by the newcomer horizontal spinner. We've got one more quarterfinal match left before the semis start, and boy, it's going to be entertaining. And here it is, that final quarterfinal match we were talking about. Destined to be a fun one, for sure. As we get the last 2 vertical spinners now left in the competition, our 4th and our 5th seeds, last year's bronze medalists versus one of the most successful rookie bots of all time. Generic taking on Soichoku here. It's going to be a close match. It's going to be a fun match. Let's see who pulls it off. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Here we go. It's going to be a really tough fight for both these bots, but Soichoku, every time I say that, they say, nah, I'm going to prove you're wrong, because they just come in with that deadly, deadly vertical bar, disc, whatever you want to call it, and they tear up their opponent. Generic hasn't even been able to get a good shot, name that, any shot at all, because they are just getting absolutely dominated, although the weapon on Soichoku tore it off the bot! Torn to pieces and out the arena! Cease! The flip from Bullseye on Generic tore off half of Soichoku after the disc had already broken and the rest of the bot knocked out the ring by Generic, who book their spot in our final 4. For Generic, it's a short wait for their next match. They'll be taking on Revenge of Armageddon right now. Here we are. The final 4 is upon us. 3 of our top 4 seeds heading into the top 32, and the 22nd seed are what remains. 2 horizontal spinners, a flipper, and a vertical spinner. Those are the weapons that are left. Our first seed, Revenge of Armageddon, undefeated this season. They were the first machine to beat Plank this year, and they've got 2 Utas in a row somehow during this tournament run. Dominant win after dominant win. They have shown no weakness. In Season 1 of Turtle Wars, they made it all the way to the top 2. The bot that beat them, Wild Thing 4, retired. Done. Gone. Can anyone stop this machine now? Last time we did a fight card format, way back in Pre-Series 11, they won. Revenge of Armageddon. It's the one time that they took home the trophy, and they're looking to do it again with the same format. On the other side of the arena, in the blue square, Generic. The best rookie ever. That's what we've called it. That's what we've always considered it, really. Because in its rookie year, it made it all the way to the top 2. The bot that beat it was Samurai. If you look at where Samurai is now, it's kind of funny, because that was probably Generic's best opportunity. But they are knocking on the doorstep again. It's going to be tough to get let in. They've had 2 struggles in their last 2 matches, and this one's going to be even harder. But there's a lot of power in this bot, and there's so much potential. Either machine could win this. They're both favorites for the title. Every bot left is. But let's see who wins this. The first bot in our grand final, in our top 2. Let's find it. 3, 2, 1. Activate and Revenge of Armageddon. Oh my goodness! Generic, what a shot! Immediately throwing Revenge of Armageddon back into Minnow's corner patrol zone, saying, no, you do not get to get out of this! Another huge shot! And that was a good one from Revenge of Armageddon. A good reply, but they just got deflected and flipped over again. Into Minnow's corner, cease! Generic, the victor! Minnow disabled. Look at that flywheel. So bent. Out of place. It's kind of funny, to be honest. Generic into our top 2. This is the closest it's been since his rookie season. One of two machines will face it. Can they finally win the title? Or will they fall just short yet again? That's 2 matches from now. Let's find out who they're facing first. Here we are, the other semifinal, the penultimate fight of the season. The last match before the grand final, before we declare our champion. Derpy 18.0, they've been here so many times before. 3-time champions, the team is. They got top 4 last season. They're the best performing bot from last season left in the competition. This is going to be a very, very difficult match. New blood, newcomers, trying to match or even surpass the rookie season of Generic in their rookie year. They have got some spectacular power in this bot. And looking at the bots they've bested in the bracket so far, that was some solid alliteration. They are no joke. You cannot look at them lightly. The 11th seeds, Panic Attack, knocked out. But what's really impressive is the 2 wins after it. Total shutouts over TR5, the 6th seed, and the 3rd seed, Red Hand, the runners-up from last season and one of last season's grand finalists. They're looking absolutely devastating. And TR5 has been looking like they might lack that KO power that they're going to need if they're going to beat this bot. Let's see who wins this one. 3, 2, 1, activate. And here we go right away. Derpy 18.0 underneath. It's something that they're so good at doing. Except now, and a huge hit, it's New Blood who gets their attack in response. A flip from Derpy 18.0. But is that flip going to be enough? They're such a hard bot to hit because of how low they are. Their center of gravity, Derpy 18.0, so small. But what a maneuver getting into the chassis of New Blood and starting to chip away at this machine. This newcomer that has had such a fantastic season so far. The rookie season of a lifetime. Really. That's what we call Generic's rookie season. That's what we call Samurai's rookie season, I suppose. And Derpy 18.0, they stand tall. But they're not going to be standing if they keep flipping themselves over. New Blood, it's so hard to hit this bot. Trying to gut him. But the spinner connects to nothing except for the wall. And Derpy 18.0, another flip in this match. And more points ahead they get. And another one. New Blood, they need to start getting more successful attacks. Derpy 18.0 self-rights right into the blade. And New Blood looking to capitalize. Some huge damage surely done in that impact. And another great shot. Derpy 18.0 trying to self-right and not being allowed to do so by New Blood. Derpy 18.0, they're this close to becoming 4-time champions. Nobody's even caught up with their 3 record. But imagine they got to 4. But they might have to imagine it because at the moment New Blood is not letting this match go all that easy. Some solid shots from the Dutchman's axe as well. And New Blood trying to get in to that weapon of Derpy 18.0. And they are. They are digging into the weapon. And they are stuck in that weapon. Derpy 18.0 might be losing their flipper very, very soon. New Blood, they're rookies, but they are putting in such a show. And is that flipper working? It is! Derpy 18.0, they survived that scare, and they get that flipper right back into play. New Blood, it's been such a great rookie season, and they're putting up one heck of a fight against an absolute legend of the show, of the series, of everything! Sace! But they're gone with 3 seconds left on the clock. There was no time left, but if you're checked out, you're gone. There is no count out. 3 seconds left from going to the judges. Who knows what could have happened then, but Derpy 18.0, they will take on Generic for the title. And here we are. The grand final battle. 2 machines left out of a field of 64 bots. Before we talk about those 2 bots, let's talk about our house robots in the arena. Bullseye and the Dutchman. These 2 have been with us for such a long time that it's only fitting that they sit in on the grand final. But let's talk about these 2 machines. Derpy 18.0, the most legendary and most successful team in the sport. 3 titles in the pre-series. They got 4th last season. They have always been a contender. They have always been considered one of the best machines in the competition. And they're looking to add a 4th title to their cabinet. They already have the most of any machine with 3. There are a handful of bots with 2, but none others with 3. And they're looking to expand that lead by getting a 4th for their trophy cabinet. They have not lost a match this season. They've lacked maybe a bit of KO power in some, but even in spite of that, they have dominated every match they have been in. It doesn't matter if they're taking on TR5 or if they're taking on New Blood or whoever. They are always on top of everything. On the other side of the arena is Generic. Generic had what is still considered the best rookie season. Yes, he lost in the final, and yes, it was to another rookie in Samurai. But Generic's rookie season was a statement, and unlike Samurai, he stayed. Samurai has fallen away from the top tier, while Generic has stayed right there competing for the trophy. This is only the 2nd time, though, that he's gotten to the title fight. The first time since his rookie year. His opponent is one of the most experienced machines in the competition. One of 2 teams still competing from Season 1. Generic wants this title. He's always been considered a favorite for it, and this is his best chance in a long time to take it. He needs this win. After throwing away last season against Spacecraft, this is his redemption arc. Derpy 18.0. So experienced. Both of these bots so powerful and so different. Only one can take the trophy, and which one will it be? 3, 2, 1. Activate! Derpy 18.0, Generic, the title fight for the season, and it's Generic that gets the opening shot and the 2nd shot of this fight. And Derpy 18.0 forced to try himself right, and Generic want the title. They're not taking no for an answer, and they are bending the chassis of Derpy 18.0. It was already kind of bent, but now it's just getting bent even more. And Derpy 18.0 in serious danger of falling in the grand final. What an attack from Generic. Oh my goodness, it stays in! I cannot believe that Derpy 18.0 survived that. Bullseye useless as always, perhaps as a house robot should be. Derpy 18.0, Generic, a driving mistake, a miscalculation, now they're upside down. Derpy 18.0, so much power in that bot, even though they're behind, even though they're out the arena. Cease! Generic, they take the trophy, finally, they're the winners. They take the title, and the Dutchman not allowed to stay in the arena. Bullseye not allowed to stay on its wheels, and it's gone as well. Generic is the winner. Finally, after so many years of trying, Generic has done it. They got back to the final 2, to the championship bout, and this time they did not hold back.
They did not make a mistake. They won. Derpy 18.0 thrusted out of the arena, and we have our champion.